I feel fantastic. Why do I feel fantastic? Well, there's a phrase that we used to go by in the old days when I was in the market, and everybody else that ear is um, that was in the market knows this phrase, and maybe you haven't heard it, but the masses are asses. Kind of on the same lines as everybody's got it. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. Ha ha. I gotta plug myself in here before my battery dies. So I belong to a couple of different mastermind groups with real estate weekly, and I saw some statistics today that are really kind of interesting. For the first time in 20 years, the money supply has gone down some ridiculous number, like in the past couple of months. So for all of 2020, 21, and recently 2022, they've increased the money supply by printing and printing and printing and printing and printing, which has given us this thing that we call inflation. This is why freaking milk is over $5 a gallon. A dozen eggs over $5 a gallon. Inflation. So the Fed might have been doing the right thing here in the last few months, which is good. But because of that and the fact that the masses are asses, I'm taking a contrarian position now. I've been on this forum saying that there's a lot of deals coming, there's a lot of opportunity, which I still think there is a lot of opportunity. Everybody knows that the media makes their money by ginning up fear. All the headlines are, this is horrible, recession's coming, which it is. The housing market's going to crumble, which it's not. This isn't 2007. This isn't 2008, 2009. The banks were not giving loans to anybody and everybody with a pulse. There are people like me, I think I mentioned this, that refied a couple of years ago, and I've got a 2.75 interest rate. I don't have to move. I don't see any time that I will have to move. So I'm not selling my house. And there's a ton of other people in the same boat, in the same position. Why are you going to sell your house that has a 2.75% interest rate and go buy a house somewhere where your buying power is now decreased by a significant number? If you didn't know, there is a 10-to-1 ratio between interest rates and buying power. What that means is for every 1% change in interest rates, 1% is a full 100 basis points. There is a 10-to-1 decrease in buying power. So does that mean 10%? No. What it means is $10,000. So 1%, 10 grand. So somebody that could buy a $200,000 house a year ago with a 3% interest rate can no longer afford, let's see, interest rates are recently around 7. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 4%, 400 basis points, or $40,000 of buying power. So people on the lower end that could buy a $200,000 house, well, lower end in New Jersey, somewhere out in the Midwest, and definitely in many, many places between here and California, a $200,000 house is a nice house. Here in New Jersey, kind of depends on where you are in New Jersey. In my town, $200,000 is not a nice house. It was 20 years ago, but not anymore. Anyway, I digress. So the point I'm trying to make is the lower end average regular people, they have no longer can afford that $200,000 house. So now we're looking at a $160,000 house. Does that mean that prices are going to drop that much? That's, how much is that? 40,000 on a $200,000 house? That is 20%. Probably not. Why? Because nobody's selling their house, number one. So inventories remain low. Because interest rates are higher, builders have cut back. So inventory is not going up as less people are buying. The population continues to grow, regardless of what everybody wants with, not going to go there. Regardless of what's happening in the worldwide situation, population continues to grow. People need a place to live. But if there's no place to live, then there's something in economics called supply and demand. And if supply is low and demand is high, what is that going to do to the prices? I don't think I need to tell you. So while all these talking heads and so-called smart people that are getting paid to make predictions, because I guess they've got a crystal ball like the rest of us don't, I wouldn't be surprised to see rates, no, I'm sorry, not rates. I wouldn't be surprised to see housing prices a year from now maybe flat to down a little bit, 2-3%. Maybe they'll even be up 1-2%. So the reality is, you still got to find a deal, and it's still hard to find a deal. I think there's a lot of smart money out there. Smart money is the place and thing to follow, and I'm trying to dial it in, figure it all out, see where the smart money's going. But I know what I'm doing. I'm looking for deals, I'm working my numbers, and I'm looking for partners to help grow the business and to take advantage of even a small price decline, or even sellers that are in places that they do need to sell. It's create that win-win advantage for both of us. And that's the advantage that I'm looking for, to create win-win situations with people that need help. And that's the way it rolls. So there's still deals coming. There's still opportunity around. And if you can make a nice fixed return, the elevator pitch, if you will. What do you do, John? I buy investment real estate, and I provide my investors a fixed rate of return secured by real estate. So it's a secured investment, and works out for a lot of people. And I'd love to teach you all about it. So let's get in touch. Have a great night.